Right, okay. My name's Bridget. My talk with you today is obviously you'll all have an interest in education. You probably all went to school at some point in your life, or you might have children that are in school at the moment. I'm very fortunate in that I work within the education system. Probably gets quite a lot of bad press at the moment because there are lots of changes going on, but I'm hoping to show that that's not the case, and it certainly hasn't been for our schools. And these are some of our little lovelies. We have a firm belief that we seize the moment. We are risk takers as school leaders, and what we feel is that we don't need to look at what we've done in the past. Education predates a good couple of hundred years now. We need to find new ways, new technologies to enhance children's learning. And this is a wonderful quote from Ken Robinson. Okay, so we launched the Phoenix Family of Schools on the 1st of January this year. This follows a lot of change that's happened nationally, particularly with the new government. We don't resist, we work with it. My two colleagues in the middle there receiving an award for their work in education, and it's me that has to come and sit in front of you today. I don't know how they've worked that one out, but basically we started as a federation of 2 schools, and this has now led to larger and bigger things, with children like this coming into us at the age of 2 now, not 4, and making sure that they succeed. And they do succeed. That they come away from school with those results that they need, but also the confidence to be able to take into secondary and also into their next learning phase. We're currently 4 schools and growing. We know that success breeds more pupil numbers, increased parental satisfaction, and we're hoping, we know it's going to happen, to open up a brand new school in September, and we have aptly named it the Pioneer School because we are pioneering for our local community. The communities that we do serve are very much a mixed bag. We have very newly arrived children from Eastern Europe, and we like to call it our mosaic of culture, that we all work together. We bring internationalism to our children now, and we expect that all children will achieve. It doesn't matter what circumstances they were born into. All children have that right and that expectation to achieve the very best. We do this through the international primary curriculum, an innovative curriculum to ensure that our children are literate and numerate by the time they finish primary education, but they can still learn creatively. The slight difference that we've used over the last 4 or 5 years is not setting children to their date of manufacture. Our children are put into stages, not their ages. This ensures that children learn to their best potential. And one of our new initiatives is Bansho Maths. We do a lot of research. This is a Japanese problem-solving initiative, and we're very fortunate to have won awards for this initiative as well, nationally through the tests. On Fridays we close school, but we open up as a university, and our children are inspired to think about their future, that the world is theirs for the taking. And we get some nice sponsorship out of that through Pixar, and also a celebrity hairstylist as well, which is nice. Okay. It was all right till I got out in the wind earlier on. Research plays a huge part of all of our staff because the research impacts on our practice. Our schools are also rights respecting schools through UNICEF, so children receive a first-class quality education. It's their right for a first-class education, and they have the responsibility to use that to their best advantage. I've mentioned already that obviously we have a lot of culture within our school, but we want to open up the world to our children, and we do this through the International Schools Award. And we hope that in the future that our children aren't just blessed with the academic success, but they leave us with those resilient skills as well, become confident learners, and can fly our nest towards the next steps in their education. So if there was no change, if there was no change in education, there would be no butterflies. We embrace that change. We will think of new things to develop the world for our children. And why do we do it? Because it's all about the children. It's giving them the best. Why do I do it? Because I love it, and I love children, even if they're vocal. Thank you for listening.
Thanks so much, Bridget. It's lovely to hear about the Phoenix organisation and what you're doing. Could you maybe tell me a bit more, in a bit more of a relaxed way, now you've done your lightning talk, about the philosophy of the school?
Yeah, I mean, our philosophy's had to change. We live in a very small market town area of Lincolnshire. We serve a couple of village schools as well. London is the big city. I always get a little bit awestruck when I come down here, so it is wonderful. But we need to bring that to our children as well. With having the world is shrinking, so we know that we need to equip our skills with new innovative ways of learning. I personally went through an English education system where I was taught strategies. I didn't know why. I didn't know why I had to look at columns, units and tens. I never had a second language, and that's a new thing, touch typing. We look at all different skills that our children can use today to take forward into the modern world, really. So.
And it was lovely to hear that despite being kind of remote, even within the UK, you're actually branching out and connecting internationally. Could you maybe tell me a bit more about some of your international schemes?
Yeah, I mean, we actually link every single classroom with an international country. So the children are obviously linking through Skype. They'll post mails to each other. So that's fantastic. But equally, we do have staff making those connections with other educators across the world. We don't believe in just looking in our own pond. We like to look into the ocean and get a little bit more from overseas as well. Hence the Banner Show initiative, which has been incredibly useful for our children.
And what would you say are the key attributes of children who've been through your school? How is it that you particularly see your work in those children?
On a personal level, as a mum, as well as an educator within school, it is those resilience, that creativity and innovation. It's not churning out children with a level of testing. That has to happen because that's the way schools are judged. But if we know we've got a fully rounded child with their gifts and their talents celebrated, that's the cream on top of the cake.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, Bridget.